After the explosive release of Overwatch in 2016, it brought life back into the hero shooter genre, and about 15 months after Overwatch came out, a new game called Lawbreakers came out. But sadly, after 1 year, the game shut down. Here's why. Firstly, let's understand Lawbreakers. So, Lawbreakers was your typical 5v5 hero shooter. It had multiple roles such as Assassin, Battle Medic, Titans, Wrath, and so much more. It was pretty unique, to be honest. Assassins had blades and energy shotguns, Battle Medics had a hover pack and a support drone, Titans could slam down and smash enemies. It's really cool. The game also had cool and unique game modes like Turf War, where you fight as a team to lock 3 zones, similar to Call of Duty's Domination mode, or it had other cool modes like Overcharge, where each team would fight for 1 battery on the field, and to charge up the battery, you had to bring it back to your home base. It had really unique modes, it had unique classes, but why did it fail? But you know what can't fail? You subscribing to the channel, because only 0.5% of people that watch all my content are actually subscribed. So for starters on why this failed, the game released only on PlayStation 4 and PC on Steam, so already they cut out majority of their players that played on Xbox, and the game costed about $15. Now $15 isn't a lot for a game nowadays, and back then it was super cheap for the game as well, but people probably didn't even bother picking up this game because of the low player count. Even back then when this game was in its peak, it only peaked around 7,000 players. There's actually 2 more reasons why Lawbreakers ultimately failed. You know, we talked about the player count, how it only peaked at 7,000, and we talked about the price. You know, it's kind of hard to entry into a game with a price tag, but another reason this game failed was it wasn't really made for casual players, which we all know this is a one-way ticket for your game to completely die out. You see, Lawbreakers was a very intensive skill-based game, which makes it hard for people who are not interested in that playstyle to start winning and have fun. And one of the final reasons this game failed and shut down was due to its marketing. It had awful marketing even from the start. They defined their audience too narrowly. They only tried to market towards the top skill bracket of gaming, which would be the hardcore shooter fans, is what they claimed. Also, their pricing strategy and the confusion surrounding it. So when this game was announced at E3, the game was announced to be a fully free-to-play game, but eventually they changed it to an upfront cost, which would be $15, because they didn't want to fall into that free-to-play mentality, whatever that means. And finally, their lack of communication with the game. They just did not care for this game at all. So after 13 months, the game completely shut their servers down, and Boss Key Productions, the makers of the game, started to work on Radical Heights. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you, but that game didn't work out either. So if you want to know how Radical Heights, a battle royale game, shut down in 34 days, click here.